Hi guys, welcome back. It's your girl Adiola Patron.
And it's me, Mara Musa. We are back again with another podcast episode. How are you, babe?
Babe, I feel so good. The sun is shining. The weather is hot. Skin is glowing. Hair is out. I just feel really good when the weather is like this.
It's like London is London again. We always talk about how like miserable London is, but we just need a bit of sun. And we're both, if you guys are watching listen audibly, we are both wearing like a two-piece set. Both our legs is out. Like we really dress for the occasion. So
let's get a bit of sun out and then everyone's in a good mood.
Yeah.
Everyone's like chatty.
I got my, guys, I haven't had time to get my toes done properly, right? And I've got my toes out. But do you know what?
Why have you got your toes out?
Because it's summer. That
is against the summer laws of being a baddie.
To not having your toes done. I was thinking about this when I was showering. I was like, oh, great. Like, I could probably go without having my nails done. Like, it was literally one of my friends that said,
you could go
I'd rather pick toes over my hands.
Whoa.
And so I tell you why. Let me tell you why.
It's a mad statement.
It's a mad statement, right? But it was when I met this girl like years ago, and she was like a little it girl and stuff like that. And then it's all right.
I just feel like people are going to look at our hands now. I need to make sure
because you're team hands.
Dry.
No, I'm team, but I'm hiding my toes. But basically, she's like a little it girl bad, and she was like, no, number one rule is always have your toes done. There's something about having cute toes to having, especially when you show your toes. So yeah, I think I'm team. I'd rather have my toes done than my hands. Like, as long as my hands are neat but my toes look cute, especially in summer. Yeah. What are you? If you have to pick toes or hands?
Hands.
Fair.
Because I feel like,
especially where we live, we show our hands more than we show our feet.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I could easily be like, wear trainers that still make the outfit look nice, or heels that cover up the toes, but hands, you can't wear gloves with every outfit.
Exactly. But I don't know what it is about having my toes done. It's like, let me just get my toes done. I'll do my nails next week.
Really? Yeah. But me, it's like, okay, my hands are definitely getting done. Am I going to add my toes or not?
To it, yeah. Fair. And I think, do you know what it is as well? I think like with toes, you do it once and it's done. You can
it
lasts long. So I'm thinking, at least if I do my toes, it's done. With the hands, it's like, I've got to do it. Then I've got to wait another 2. But anyways, hands are done. Toes need to be done. But I'm team get my toes.
Oh, you done your hands?
This was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I need to do my hands so bad, man.
But sorry, guys, not us just talking. Let us know maybe in the comments if you're team toes or team fingers.
Oh my gosh, babe, I have been seeing the funniest trend. Well, I don't want to call it trend, but this guy on TikTok, he's so funny. His name's Dems TV.
Yeah.
Do you know what's so crazy, babe? Like, I would see his videos like time ago. Like, he's been putting in work like on YouTube and stuff. So now like his videos are proper blowing up, like his prank videos. And babe, have you seen it?
He sent me one, where she was...
Babe. So just for context, he will basically go around and he'll have a bag of rice, but he's recently switched it up to a box of Indomie. So he'll go up to like people in the African community and just be like, oh, my mum has just opened a shop around the corner, and you know, we're just to help the community and to also have loyal customers, we're giving out free rice or Indomie. And then they will take the rice, and then once they take the rice or the Indomie, he will bring out this bowl or a red it's actually a curtain, but it just looks like this red wrapped something.
Yeah. If you watch old school Nollywood, especially about like demonic stuff and witchcraft and was it blood money? Oh, yes. Anything red? Oh,
you know what time it is. You start, literally. So then he'll bring out the bowl or the red blanket thing, and he'll be moving it in a circle motion. He'll be like, the sacrifice is complete. And then some of them might not hear, and then he'll keep on going, the sacrifice is complete. And then they'll be like, huh, what? And he'll be like, you sacrificed your life for the bag of rice. You swapped your life for the bag of rice. It's so funny. And what makes it even more funny is their reactions. You know, Nigerians, or even Afs, they'll be like, one lady, oh my God, bless her, she was screaming. She was like, blood of Jesus, running, like rebuking him. Like, she was like this. I really think she thought he was sent from her village. I don't know what some people's reactions, it's like, I don't know what you have been through. They've definitely been through something in their village or whatever. It's bringing up childhood traumas or whatever. But the way that they're running and sprinting, they're like, I ain't messing with that type of sacrifice today. But what I had to do, I had to send the video to my mum and dad and brief them, because I said, there's no way I'm going to scroll and it's my mum that's going to be running, because that's how my mum would react. She will start praying, and I can't have it for her. My dad, I think, will probably laugh at him. Oh my God, there was one guy that literally gave it back to him. Yeah.
As in, like, what do you mean gave it back to him?
Like, basically put him in a headlock. Yeah, it was meant to go and strangle him.
No.
Yeah, he didn't.
You know, with pranks, you just got to be careful. You never know who you're pranking.
Yeah, but some people are really like,
Not happy about it.
Yeah, they're saying, oh, it's too far.
Yeah, I think it's so hard, especially when you're playing with like actual someone that's very spiritual and really understand what spiritual, the spiritual realm. And you're in that moment. I saw one of the comments was like, this auntie's been waiting for this moment, right? You know, when you're at church, you're praying or doing tongues, and the moment finally comes where you'll meet with, oh my gosh, this is the enemy, this is the devil.
Yeah.
I need to show my God is strong, my God is big, and I just feel sorry for them because it's like, this isn't real, and then it's just like, oh, and it's funny, but it's not, because they really think it's real. But I believe in that stuff, so I get why aunties move crazy.
And do you know what's so funny about it is that that I was looking at the comments, and there was this one lady, how she reacted. She had no filter. She was just basically laughing at him like, you can't take my life belongs to God. And like just like proper like calm about it. And then people are like, yeah, if you are really like strong in God, you're not going to be running and be doing it out of fear because you're still scared. But when you're really like in with God, you're not going to be running from their enemy. Like, they should be running from you. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
So, babe, but yeah, brief your mum because you don't want to.
I'm going to send her that because I feel like they believe everything they see. Bless them. And they're such easy targets. You have to actually fill them in. I'm going to show my mum. Oh, bless that woman.
Literally. But
have you seen anything else this week on socials?
Not that I can think of.
Speaking of like, I guess pastors and all of that side of things, there was this video that I actually want us to watch.
Okay.
Where this pastor's wife is on a podcast and she's talking about the relationship, but there's a lot of like red flags in the things she's saying or trying to normalize or think it's normal. So I think it'd be quite interesting to view it.
Okay, let's
You guys
see.
will get like a first little reaction to it from us. Guys, we're just waiting for the screen to load up, but I just found something really funny. So Adjola has this song that she sings Ez, and it just makes me laugh because the context of the actual song, it doesn't correlate. She's always like, Ezra, Ezra, you're my Ezra.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, do you know it's sex? Was it sex?
Sex bomb, sex bomb.
You're my sex. And it's just so funny because when she's done it the first time, I was like, does she know what that's?
I don't know why that rhythm, it was just so like,
it worked. Ez.
Yeah, it was Ez's bath time, and I just was thinking of a tune, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, Ezra,
that's right. If he ever starts singing that,
bath time,
it's because of her.
Literally, and then when he finds the original track one day,
Oh,
like,
no.
oh my gosh, this is what my auntie's been singing me for 10 years.
Little does he know.
Little does he know.
But that's a bit like the song, I'm horny, honey, honey. Like when you're young, you don't realise what the song you're singing.
saying, yeah.
Wow. But I think the songs now are worse than the songs that we grew up to.
100%.
Like, I think even...
Do you think?
I think the music videos are worse now, more sexual.
Okay, yeah.
Now than before. Because even like, for example, like I love Sabrina Carpenter, but her songs aren't for kids. But as kids, like you're just they're very like sexual songs. Like at her concert, she probably always does like a new position at the end.
Really?
Yeah, so
I don't even really listen to music or songs, so I don't even think I would notice the difference.
Completely changed as a person, and I realized that God loves me, that God has a purpose and plan for my life, that God chose me, that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Yeah. So he would call me out my name, it wouldn't bother me because I allowed God's voice to be louder than his. And when I was going through transition of him not coming home on the weekends, not being there, telling me I hate you, I'll never love you, I wish I never married you, I knew that life and death is in the power of the tongue through the word of God. So I would say, you will love me one day. We will have a good marriage one day. And although he would go out for weekends, I would literally help him get ready to go be his side chick by ironing his clothes and getting him ready for the night. And these are all things I was graced to do. I would not encourage anybody to do that unless you are graced by God to do this.
I hate when people do that.
But once I knew who I was, I realized...
I'll let you start that because you were, What did you think of that?
I just hate when people use God to justify their stupidness. Like, do you know, if you want to be a stupid girl, like, I want to stand behind my cheating husband, do that.
Yeah.
But to now use God as your, like, it makes sense to me. And maybe that's what's helping her sleep at night.
Yeah.
But it's that is another level of delusion I never want to reach.
I feel like some people are so adamant to keep a marriage for the sake of I've got a marriage and I've got a relationship that they will endure so much disrespect. Like the fact that how can you say you're ironing and getting your man ready to meet his side chicks? He doesn't respect you. Why would you ever want to be in a marriage or a relationship where someone doesn't respect the basic laws of being in a relationship? You're to one person.
Wait, was really they in a relationship or were they married?
Marriage relationship. They're together and he's off to see his side girls and she's helping him. And even when she's like, when he said, I hate you, never want to marry you, God never let that love find me. How is your man telling you he wish he didn't marry and you're saying, oh, I'm speaking, positivity, I'm speaking grace to my name because God has spoken it for me. It's just like, stop using that as an excuse. You know, in the Bible, it says that if someone does commit adultery, that does give you reason to divorce them. God's not telling you take disrespect. You have, do you know what I mean? Like God understands. God also wants a man to love his wife like God loves the church. And I think we need to put men to that account as well. Like, yeah, we're supposed to look after the homes. That's all in the Bible. But there's a strong thing about you have to love your wife like you love God and you love the church. There's a respect. Then he's not. So don't even feed him into the stuff because he's not doing things out of God. Like how I want to be your person.
Exactly. I find that really sad, but I do feel like when people are in unhappy situations, sometimes you look for anything to just like make you feel like there's a reason why I'm here. There's a reason why I'm staying because that makes you feel better. You know what I mean? When in reality, like you're actually unhappy.
And don't you think she kind of had to convince him to love her? I know she's, you know how, like, I feel like what's for you is for you. You shouldn't have to fight for it. It shouldn't be a headache. It shouldn't be hard either. And I feel like all of this is giving you forced this as well. Like you could clearly see he's not that for you. You've enabled his behavior and it's just like now I feel like some women need to be better. Stop enabling these men. It doesn't make sense. It just mocks. I feel like that completely mocks what God sees a marriage is anyway.
Talking about, do you know what would have been even better if she was gonna say like, he was cheating on me, so I left him and I left it to God.
Yes,
and they got
back together. He changed.
And then maybe your path, God is still putting you on the same path.
Agree.
But for you to be forcing a path and telling you God is telling you to go through this hardship, that's crazy to me.
And I think it's good we see these things because I think it's allowing a lot of girls to open up and realise, you know what, like we don't actually have to listen to our aunties and uncles like telling you to stay in relationships. Nah, so you want me to stay in toxicity, to stay in disrespect? Nah, like, and I'm glad people are like, it's good now there's more free speech when we see what realities are for a lot of marriages and couples, especially when they hammer on us women like, you need to get married by this, you need to do that. But it's like, it's better to marry right than just to marry and then hold on to a relationship where there literally is no respect. Nah, babe, I'll be really embarrassed to even think to say that.
I would even be embarrassed if I knew that person.
Yeah,
I would be really embarrassed. But wait, is this a recent? So I'm hoping that the man now is faithful. Now
we don't know.
Happy marriage.
It was just they run a church together.
So they run a church together, and after all of this, he's spoken on the pods, he's still doing the same S.
I think he is.
So
So you know them ones that some people can't be saved.
People cannot be saved. God will come down and grab her and say, I did not tell you that. She will say that's not God, that God sent the devil in camouflage. Like there's no saving her. Like everything she will turn into what she wants to see.
And if anything, I feel like it's up to the man to come and preach that I was bad. I disrespected my wife. I was saying these nasty things, but God showed me that would have been even better because I think it would have made her feel, it just would have looked like he takes accountability for all the wrongs, but she's just model coddling his bad behavior.
That's how I feel like when my friends are, not my friends, but when we were younger or whatever, when it's like girls will, like a man is S, but you're kind of, you're just there for the ick, for the dick. Can I say dick on YouTube? You're just there for the dick.
Penis?
Dick. I like girls that know, do you know what? This guy ain't ish.
Yeah.
He is good for nothing, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm just there for the dick.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to cover up and you're doing all the delusional stuff, that's when it's hard.
You hurt yourself. Yeah, you're setting yourself up, especially when the signs and the red flags are there. Like I've had to learn that if you're really trying for a guy or a girl, it's already a bad story. It's gonna end in a tragedy. Just leave it.
Just leave it.
I guess it leads to this theme for the week then, guys. Adjola, what is the theme for the week then?
Adiola. Was it me? So this week's theme is Digmatized.
Yeah.
So stories about maybe you've had a friend been Digmatized. Maybe you yourself have been Digmatized. Have you ever been Digmatized?
Do you know what? I don't think I've ever been Digmatized. Like, no one's dick is like, it's not because of the dick I've stayed. That's what I classify as Digmatized. Like, when the dick's so good, like they offer nothing but, and you know they treat you like ish, but the dick's so good. No, I think I've been like what's another word? Like, I've been so in love with love.
Oh,
like
personatized.
Yeah, I've been personatized, where this person's showing me an inch of the affection I want. So even though it's not a big deal, I'm so like I was so appreciative of that I would like not let things slide, but I would be
cling onto that.
Yeah, like thinking, yeah,
10 weeks ago.
Yeah, and then I'll while out, crash out. Like that was what I think is like personatized, whatever. But maybe when we hear some of your stories, I might think, oh, babe, I'm the one.
Okay, let's get straight into it. Okay, first one.
Yes.
I hope you guys are doing well, and I love your podcast all the way from South Africa. I was Talkmatized instead. You lot are not going to kill me on this pod.
Talkmatized.
I was Talkmatized instead. I was still a virgin at the time, probably 17 years old, and my boyfriend and I had been dating for at least 8 months. He kept asking to be intimate with me, but I just knew he wasn't the one. Down the line in our relationship, I found out he cheated on me with some girl. They had sex, and on the same day they did, he asked me if I would have a threesome with him and the girl. I obviously said no. A week later, a friend of his told me about him and the girl. I went to confront my boyfriend, and he said, I had to, she was just there. I'm still shocked to this day. The annoying part about all of this is that a month later, him and I went to go and get matching tattoos. Sorry. The annoying part about all this is that a month later, him and I went to go and get matching tattoos, which I paid for, laughing my ass off. We broke up on the same day. We got the tattoo. And thank God I'm getting it removed this year.
Wow, a tattoo's taking it too far. There's some things are like, do you know what? I get it. But baby girl, a tattoo.
And the fact that she was 17, there's literally no reason. No one should be getting a tattoo, a matching tattoo under the age of, I think 25. Babe.
Same.
I think 25 plus.
Same. Do you know what? One thing I'm going to do, yeah, I'm going to make Ezra watch all the things I watched. My mum made me watch, like things like tattoos. One time I watched these people do like a blood tie. Like there's certain
like the Nollywood movie.
Yeah, like there's certain things that you do when you're young, you think is good, but when you watch these Nollywood films, they scare you, babe. Like I'm gonna give you guys a list, one episode of things to watch as growing up to not do. But babe, a tattoo. When I saw tattoo, I was just like, whoa. I feel like, you know how I say this thing where you cling on to these little things, so you're trying so hard to make the relationship work.
Yeah.
I think she had the moment like that when she got the tattoo, where it's like, do you know what, we have the
tattoo, we're locked in.
But to break up that same day, I've had 2 tattoos in my life, guys, a little cross on that hurt and a little thing here, and even then I think to go through that and get a matching one with someone to break up, tattoo is such a tight soul tying
while
thing.
it's healing, your heart is even healing from the breakup.
Yeah. But what else has she said that's a bit like, wow, Digmatized? Oh, do you know what? Talkmatized, I think, is good because she wasn't having sex with him. He asked her
she got away with it.
That's
Would you rather I think getting away with a tattoo and keeping your virginity over him knowing being an idiot now, it's like, do you know what? You can actually get the tattoo removed.
You can never get that virginity back. Once you pop that cherry, it's popped forever. So
I mean, mine resets every year. Playing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lucky escape.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, hopefully that once you get that tattoo,
it never happened. You never knew him. Okay, let's move on to number 2. There was a time a few years back where I was seeing this guy and I was really into him. Looking back on it, maybe this was dumb. We went on quite a few dates, had spent many of nights together, etc., etc. I was under the assumption that we was exclusive just because the way we would talk, act, and our relationship was progressing. A few weeks down the line, I got a text from him that legit wrote, "Hey, I just thought I would let you know I'll let you all know that I've been tested and I've got chlamydia." I was in complete shock, and I messaged him straight back like, "What the fuck?" And I started panicking, as I'm not a girl that sleeps around at all. Although there is nothing wrong with that. The reply I then got was, "Thank you for being so chill about it. You've been more chill than others." Needless to say, I went straight down the doctors. Everything was fine, but then I realized it was probably the D that hypnotized me. I've never had a text like that, about I've got chlamydia or blah, blah, blah. And I would be traumatized.
Babe, I'm so
And just to say you're the one that, what bit are you confused about? So it might have been my reading today.
I'm just so, I can't believe, you're more chill than the others.
Yeah.
Like days that I've been sleeping around.
Yeah, and now you're just gonna text me. You can't even, babe, I think,
but that's what it makes me think, like, okay, she was either, she really must have been digmatized, because for him to be so chill to send that text, he must have said other things that clearly show that maybe this guy isn't trying to be exclusive, but maybe the D was so good that it just went over her head.
Yeah.
Because that's the only... Because he was so chill about a text, not even a call or like a meet up or shook her. No. Like, girl, you know that this dick is everywhere.
And it's even the fact she was under the assumptions. One thing we shouldn't do when in a relationship, never assume you're what, unless he tells you yourself and he said, I like you.
When he tells you.
Even then, you should still have in the back of your mind, until when he said, you're my girlfriend, we're exclusive, never think you are with these guys, because a lot of them like to play around to when they really feel like, all right, let me get ready to settle down now.
Yeah. Okay. Third, digmatized. I don't know why I thought digmatized.
Yeah, it was a bit more like, this is what I done. That's what I'm waiting for. What's going on, guys?
Because then I'm thinking,
this happened.
Maybe we have been digmatized then. If this is, because I feel like people are saying, maybe it's when you come out of a situation and you think, why was it there for so long? But no, because even when I think about like situations, I don't think, I was stayed because like the D was so good. It was just like
holding on
the versions of them.
Yeah.
I think if I stayed on for D, I would.
Yeah. Maybe the third story might be a bit more like intense when it comes to like, this is what I done, this is how I knew, because I'm thinking I'm missing that a little bit.
Okay. Girls, I'm embarrassed. Okay, she looks like she's about to get deep. Girls, I'm embarrassed, but here goes. Please keep me anon. I was digmatized and tongue-matized. Sex with this man was different. He matched my freak on a different level. Men that take your pleasure seriously are a rarity. We said we were going to be casual, but I lost my head when he made me see stars. After a couple of months, he told me he wanted to end things. He wanted something serious. I started saying how I'd be a great wifey material, that we would get on. So why don't we try be serious? I think I made it a bit too bait that I'd cut every other talking stage off for him. He wasn't keen. Girls, I'm embarrassed. I may or may not have basically started begging him to give me a chance.
That's what you call digmatized.
Oh my God. I think it gave him the ick and he started being really distant on a lonely night. If you catch my drift, I was so frustrated that I stalked his followers and I put 2 and 2 together and found the girl he was dating. Something came over me. I just showed up at his house, trench coat and lingerie on. I wanted to win him back bad. He didn't answer the door, so I kept knocking. I saw his bedroom light on, so I started throwing pebbles at his window. At this point, I was in too deep. Then I saw 2 shadows at the window. I legit deeped in that moment. I realized what I was doing. I ran for my life and got my girl to pick me up. Needless to say, she had strong words for me. I asked her to take this to the grave. I'm still so embarrassed. Being digmatized and tongue-matized ain't for the weak.
My favourite one. That is something I'll take to the grave.
She was in so deep.
She saw the stars, babe. She's out of this world now. There's no saving her. She saw the stars.
There's no saving her.
Don't land on the moon. You can land on the stars.
Oh,
babe.
My God, that's what I call
that's what
stigmatized.
Okay, so I think now reading that I was not digmatized, but I was okay.
Here we go. See,
I've got a really funny story. I don't know if this is digmatized, but I think I was glitzicized when I saw like, whoa, like
okay, the jury will decide.
Yeah, like
to us.
Okay, so basically, there was a period in my life I went on a really short date with this guy, right? And then he flew me out. It's that one, babe. And I think now I think about, whoa, I was Is it glitzimized? You know when you see that good life? I saw my walk-in wardrobe in this person's house. I saw my second car.
Your third Birkin.
I saw it all. And guys, I was in love instantly with this person.
Don't say that's a good time.
Don't. You're not leaving me.
Going nowhere.
Anyway, so initially, like, I think that's what's so annoying about these situations, because when you're not into someone, you're like, nah, I'm not. Yeah. And then you give them a chance. You're like, all right, cool. And then you see the life. You're thinking, whoa, like, I can see myself. So anyways, got there, good vibes, whatever. But I think because I had experienced that, I just already thought, oh yeah, we're going to be in a relationship. Like, I instantly was like, yeah, I want this guy to be my man. Like, there's no way. So I think what happened is I started noticing the, like, you know, when the withdrawals and I was like, no.
You're panicking now.
I'm panicking. I'm so embarrassed by this, guys. I embarrassed to think that I would like be the ones who like messaging him, making conversations, and I would just cringe thinking like I'd do little fun, do things like, oh, let's play a game. Like, oh, and it was just so embarrassing. It got to the stage where, guys, I left trousers at his house on purpose so that there was an excuse to go back there and get the trousers. Do you know what I mean?
Back?
No. So he ended up giving the trousers to his friend so that his friend can give it to me. And that's when I was just, and you know, there was no reason for me to be that close to this friend. Like, but I really wanted to be this girl's friend so that she could be like, you know what, Maz is such a nice girl. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're missing out on a real one. Like, it was all that. And yeah, guys, I was just really embarrassed. Like, I was really glamatized because I really was obsessed. I really wanted this guy to, like, at that time, like, to really, like, wife me. And I just saw my life just flash between my eyes. I remember, I think I FaceTimed him. I was like, babe, oh my gosh, like, his house is nice, babe, he's got it, I'm gonna live. But my life's good now. I love my life now. Like, that was when I was really, I think it was just when you see that kind of like glitzy.
Yeah, like you dip your toe
and then
in
you just move crazy, guys. I'm so embarrassed. I've just moved desperate. Like, oh yeah, that was when I was that. And I think it's more of the glitz and glamour, not so much like him. It was just
yeah.
So yeah, that's mine. It was quite embarrassing, but it's all good now, though.
Oh, I just can't believe.
Babe, when she's throwing pebbles, you went. And do you know what it is here? You know that scene of like being in lingerie? That is such a thing, girls, that I would always highly recommend to do that for your man. Like, it's just. I would. But so to do that, have that level of confidence when this guy's already told you basically he wants something serious, and then you're throwing pebbles. Babe, yeah, girl,
She said, nah, that is too funny. But that is when that dick must have been so good.
So good. You don't want no one to have it.
You lost yourself.
Yeah, you're like, where on earth am I going to get this dick again? And we know she said this thing I think is really key. She was like, how, you know, when you finally meet a guy that actually hears, and before he even like gets his pleasure, he wants to pleasure you. You're first. It's very rare.
Yeah.
Like it's rare. So when you meet a guy that's actually, he wants to use his mouth action on you, and do you know what I mean? You're obviously gonna be like, got a good one.
Yeah.
So when they don't, like, it's
and
like, what's wrong with me then?
You're just like, yeah, if you want something serious, we already have good sex. That could be a great one.
Yeah.
Give me a chance. Just give me a chance.
Oh, bless her. Yeah, I think this was very much digmatized. Do you think now that anything where you've been a bit like, oh, okay, maybe I did move a bit rogue with this because of this person, or it doesn't have to be it might not be the
penis. I don't
maybe
think I've ever been like igmatized where like it was so good, but I think maybe the person and like maybe like you, maybe the lifestyle makes you. No, I don't even think it was the lifestyle. I take that back. Maybe the person and the lifestyle adds together.
Yeah,
and then you just think, but because you know when Jackie said to that guy from Married at First Sight, why don't you want to be great?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I think. Why don't you just want a great life?
You've got
you're on the right trajectory. Your career's going great. You know, you're a handsome lad. You've got a beautiful girl like me. My career's going great.
Yeah.
Let's just...
Yeah, and if the sex is on my side isn't bad, just tell me. I will learn. I will please you. I promise, you know? So, yeah, and I think it is, you know, when it's like... I'm hearing the dating pool is hell right now.
Yes.
So it's like, if you're giving me the good, I'm good with that.
But I do feel like that was when I was younger, though, because I do feel like it takes a lot more to glitzmatized or upmatized or
yeah, guys, as you get older, like, there's things obviously like sex is amazing if you have good sex, but there's so much more to having like a really good relationship
there's
that
more.
You'll take into consideration, and then you won't allow the disrespect, because I feel like after this she'll definitely not do this again.
100%. But that is a good story to have. And that friend, babe, if I come to pick you up and you're in your jacket, lingerie, pebbles,
I know. Yeah, that'd be really funny.
Yeah, it would be like one of those moments where you'll just be down or in the car.
I just say you don't need to say anything, babe. I'll just be like, you don't need to say anything.
And then afterwards it'll be like, when can we start laughing about it, babe?
Like, yeah, we can start tomorrow.
Okay.
Tonight, let me just wallow in my
sorrows.
Yeah. Okay, I think this one's going to be easy anyways to decide which one's the deepest, so we might start move on.
100%.
Yeah.
So guys, we did mention in our last episode that we have been taking on your feedback. You guys don't really like that when we rate the deepest and then we have the same conversation, then we come back here and we have the same conversation, which we do agree. So we are changing up the segment. We don't know if it's going to stay. We're just going to play around with it and see how you guys respond to it and how we find it as well. So make sure you are commenting as you're watching and letting us know what you think, because as you can see, it really helps us out. So we are going to do the question of the week. We don't know what the question is, and then we will go into our confessionals to answer the question there, and then we will talk about what we
think of that question. And the question could be just very random, but it'll be like a good thought of the day kind of question.
Yeah, thought of the day, make us think. So that will be up to our producer to give it to us, because it'll be a nice surprise.
Yeah.
What is something that I have done, seen, or experienced that I wish I could feel again for the first time? Oh, that is deep. That is deep. That I could feel again for the first time. Do you know what I would say to that? I think it's called it summer right now. I can think about that. But you know that girls' trip? That girls' trip, I wish I could experience going on a carefree girls' trip. Like when you're young, you think you've got problems, but you don't have problems. And you're just with your friends having a good time in one of those countries that don't cost much to have a shot. Like I just remember just how I felt in those moments, just like walking up and down Ibiza. Like I know now if I go to Ibiza, I'm not going to get that same feeling. Even if I went with the same group of people, I just know it won't be the same. There's just something about being young and carefree and experiencing a girls' trip for the first time. And a girls' trip where you don't fall out as well. Like everything is good. Everything's a good time. Because now all my friends are grown. They got responsibilities, families and all that stuff. So it's just a bit harder to have those experiences. And I feel like as life goes on, you're not really as carefree, even though you might not have no stresses, but there's just something about those carefree moments when you used to travel with your girls that I would love to experience again, that young innocence. Yeah.
So what I would love to experience again for the first time that I've either seen, done and heard. Is it heard? Heard, experienced. I think it would be, I'm in two minds because I'm thinking about, obviously like childbirth was hell, but I think experiencing having Ezra in my arm, that as soon as I give birth and I'm holding him, I would want to experience that again, just because it's just what is a once in a lifetime feeling. You'll never experience that kind of love, and it's kind of like so life changing. Like that moment really changes your life. So it was just magical. It was all the emotions you can think of. Like I thought I was going to die. I was like happy. It was just a lot. So yeah, I think that is an experience. And I think once you get to that stage in your life and you you do that, you get what I've said. Yeah, I would want to experience it there because it's just, it's out of this world feeling and experience. And then hearing I'm a mother, it's just the best.
So, babe, I was listening to yours and you said having eggs in your hand again because you won't experience that again, but you would with your next child.
But that's the first time I've ever given birth. Do you know what I mean? Like that first time, like obviously the next time, obviously it's still going to be a different experience, but I know what to expect. I know that I should expect my heart full with so much love when my second child comes. But that first moment, babe, like...
I feel like you'll feel it again because that's like saying you wouldn't have the same with your second child. Like, you'll always love your first child.
No, but I know what you mean, but because I've never given birth before, that experience, I would want to do that. Like, that's a moment I'd go back because that's the first time of ever giving birth. Like, obviously the idea of having kids again, I would still feel the same. So if you really got the option to experience one thing you can never ever experience ever again, you will say that, even though you could experience it again. You never know. God forbid that was do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's not yours. It's not. So like you can have more children. So I'm just saying, like, if God really came down to you, like you could experience anything in your life, like across. Yeah, because I feel like I've even changed mine now. Shall I tell you? Because I feel like you know how you say the girls' holiday. I'm gonna change mine. But can I say this one thing? Like, I feel like, you know, with experiences, you can always get the same experience but in different fonts, if that makes sense. Like, you know how you said, the carefree girls' holiday? Yeah, you never know. I want to change mine now. Would you want to change yours too? It to a bit more deeper. I think because I'm deep in it. Like, if I could actually experience something actually again, life-changing, that maybe that moment. Be like my grandma, like when I actually remember her before she was actually old. Yeah. I feel like that's actually something I wouldn't be able to get back again, or have another grandma. Yeah. Or like, even if, as I remember her now, obviously she's really old and frail. Yeah. So I would experience when she was more active and I was actually doing things with her. Like, that would be it. That's a nice one. So, yeah. I always wonder, like, it's kind of like that question. I don't know who ever asks this question, like, would you go back in time or go forwards? And I just feel like there's just something about, not regret, or there's always something about, if I can go back just to have that moment again, is easier than, I just feel like with the future, it's like whatever happens will be. Like, I'm okay with letting my future be, but if you can go back to certain points, I think I'd always pick to go back a little bit to relive something than fast forward. But do you know what? I've never really wanted to relive anything. Like, I even think that, like... So you wouldn't want to, like, for example, if we could go back in time, I know when exactly I'll go back in time. You won't even have to tell me. Yeah, obviously if I could, just to like make what I know now in my future better. But there's no moments that I'm like, oh my God, like I need to go back in time to read. I have a few. I have so many memories that if I could go back to, you know when there's like memories where now... Give me one. Okay, so I'd go back to uni. I had the best experience at uni. I made the amazing period. That's a good one. When I first moved into my first flat, babe, memories of even when us lot were all like how we were, babe. They were good memories. They were genuine memories that, unfortunately, we won't go back to those things. We won't have cross paths with those people again. It's like, I wouldn't go back to that because I just don't. I would, like, when I think about going back to something, I want to go back to something that I feel like I probably won't experience that level of happiness in that moment again. Okay. So uni, even though I do feel like it was really good, I do still feel like, even when I have good moments with my friends now, I'm like, it's still like, I don't feel like I'm lacking. Not that it's a lacking thing, but I still experience the same thing, if that makes sense. Like, I still feel fulfilled the same way. Like, I chill with Olivia or whatever, or whatever. I still feel the same fulfillment. So I just, fair. I get your one. Yeah. But if you said like you're trad, I would get that, because I feel like that's something you can't actually do again or experience again. I think I can do that. I mean, obviously you can, but in a different font. Like, it'll be your wedding, but that was the first time I'd had that kind of experience. Yeah. Because even I was thinking like, would I? Because I was thinking about it, like, maybe I would want to relive me and Hunch's dating, because we, you know, before airs and everything, we were dating. It was so fun. Obviously, still fun now, and it's just different. So I was thinking, would I go back to that selfish? But you would still do that now, or no? No, but we'd still do that now. That's that's not significant enough. It's different. Yeah. It's not bad different. It's just a bit different now. Do you know what I mean? So do you feel like you? But I feel like you could date exactly the same. Yeah, exactly. But I think when you don't have a kid, there's
Do you feel like even like there's just another feeling inside that makes it feel different?
No,
it's actually different.
Different is just the freeness. So before, me and Chris could just do whatever we want and just go with it, not having to worry about responsibility.
Now.
We still do that now, but I feel like, for example, like we can't always have like a nice little night when we know Ez. We can't always just randomly
every night.
Yeah, like you know when you have no responsibilities. We're like,
but now you have to
like
plan one night.
And it's like what nights are going to be them nights, and sometimes we're more tired, a bit more like I'm more easy to like let's just go to bed. But before we were outside, so like that part of dating was a lot of fun just because of there wasn't that responsibility element, and we were both like going free. Now we actually know that anything we do now, we have someone back on waiting for us.
Yeah.
So I like that question though.
That was a good question. That was a good.
Yeah, I like the grandma one.
Yeah.
What made you change it? Did you just think, oh, do you know what? I could live with my friends
I think
again?
because when I first heard the question, I was just like answering to answer, but then when I thought about it, like if I actually genuinely got given that opportunity, I don't care about going on some girls trip.
Let me see my grandma. How about that?
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, because I can really experience a girls trip again.
Yeah,
for real,
100%.
Yeah.
Aww.
So.
But yeah, guys, I guess this is where we say goodbye.
Yeah, guys. So make sure you subscribe on YouTube. We are nearly at 15,000. So thank you so much. Give a comment on the YouTube as well, as it helps the algorithm, and a like.
Yes. If you guys are listening to all the audio channels, give us 5-star review, and also leave like an actual physical written review. That would help us as well. And we'll see you guys same time next week, Monday, 5 p.m. Bye.